Have you ever wondered what your body is made of? Or how you become the human you are today? If not, then I am here to introduce to you the building blocks of life, the cell. You started life as a single cell. Each person does. You became the human you are today as a result of cell division. Cell division produces many special cells that form human being. Scientists first learned about the cell more than 300 years ago. In the 1660s, an English scientist named Robert Hooke invented a microscope out of magnifying glass. When he used his invention to look at a very thin slice of cork, he realized that the cork seemed to be made up of little empty boxes. He called these boxes the cells, which come from the Latin word meaning little rooms. The cells have many parts, and each part of the cell has a special job. Are you all ready to explore the cell? Let's go!
Mitochondria are membrane-bound cell organelles that generate most of the chemical energy needed to power the cell biochemical reactions. Chemical energy produced by the mitochondria is stored in a small molecules called adenosine triphosphate or ATP. Mitochondria are known as the powerhouse of the cell because it is responsible for the extracting energy from food through cellular respiration. The energy is released in the form of adenosine triphosphate or ATP. It is an energy currency of the cell. That energy is produced by having chemical within the cell go through pathways, in other words, be converted. And the process of that conversion produces energy in the form of ATP because the phosphate is a high energy bond and provides energy for other reactions within the cell. So, the mitochondria's purpose is to produce that energy. Some different cells have different amounts of mitochondria because they need more energy. So for example, the muscles has a lot of mitochondria, the liver does too, the kidney as well. And to a certain extent, the brain, which lives of the energy those mitochondria produce. So, if you have a defect in the pathways that the mitochondria usually functions with, you're going to have symptoms in the muscle, in the brain, sometimes in the kidney as well.
Nucleus. In biology, a specialized structure occurring in most cell and separated from the rest of the cell by a double layer, the nuclear membrane. This membrane seems to be the continuous with the endoplasmic reticulum of the cell and has pores, which probably permit the entrance of the large molecules. The nucleus controls and regulates the activity of the cells and carries the genes, structure that contain the hereditary information. A nucleus, as related to genomics, is the membrane-enclosed organelle within a cell that contains the chromosomes. An array of holes or pores in the nuclear membrane allows for the selective passage of certain molecules into and out of the nucleus.
The endoplasmic reticulum or ER. The endoplasmic reticulum is a large, dynamic structure that serves minerals in a cell, including calcium storage, protein synthesis, and lipid metabolism. The AR can be classified into two functionally distinct forms, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum and the rough endoplasmic reticulum. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum or SER is largely associated with lipid manufactured and metabolism and steroid production and hormone production. While the rough endoplasmic reticulum or RER, studied with millions of membrane-bound ribosomes, is involved with production, folding, quality control, and dispatch of some proteins.
The Golgi apparatus, or Golgi complex, functions as a factory in which proteins received from the ER are further processed and sorted for transport to their eventual destinations. Lysosomes, the plasma membrane, or secretion. In addition, as noted earlier, glycolipids and sphingomyelin are synthesized within the Golgi.
A vacuole is a membrane-bound cell organelle. In animal cells, vacuoles are generally small and help sequester waste products. In plant cells, vacuoles help maintain water balance. Sometimes a single vacuole can take up most of the interior space of the plant cell. Vacuoles are membrane-bound organelles that can be found in both animals and plants. In a way, they're specialized lysosomes. That is to say that their function is really to handle waste products. And by handle, mean take in waste products and also get rid of waste products.
Lysosomes. Lysosomes is an organelle in the cytoplasm of eukaryotic cell containing degradative enzymes enclosed in a membrane. So basically, lysosome is a membrane-bound all organelles that contains digestive enzymes. Lysosomes' function is to break down and recycle cellular waste and unwanted materials.
Deoxyribonucleic acid, abbreviated DNA, is the molecule that carries genetic information for the development and functioning of an organism. DNA is made of two linked strands that wind around each other to resemble a twisted ladder, a shape known as a double helix.
In eukaryotes, the cytosol is the soup within which all of the cell's organelles reside. It is also the home of the cytoskeleton. The cytosol contains dissolved nutrients, helps break down waste products, and moves material around the cell. The nucleus often flows with the cytoplasm, changing its shape as it moves.
Now, did you already know the different organelles? Then let me sum up for you. Mitochondria is a type of cell that's surrounded by a double membrane system consisting of inner and outer mitochondrial membranes separated by an intermembrane space that is present in cytoplasm of all eukaryotic cells. Mitochondria is the one who makes energy for the cell. Next is nucleus. Nucleus is a spear-shaped organelle found in eukaryotic cell. It contains the genetic material of the cell in the form of nucleic acid. It is responsible for controlling all activities of the cell, and it contains a nuclear membrane, chromosomes, nucleolus, and nucleoplasm. In short, nucleus stores genetic information. And then the endoplasmic reticulum, or ER. ER comes in two different forms, the rough and smooth. Rough ER has ribosomes attached to it. These ribosomes make proteins that are scheduled to leave the cell, while the smooth ER does not have the ribosomes of its surface. This is where the lipid parts of the cell membrane is assembled. ER is a collection of lipid membranes that work to move the proteins from one area to another cell. And the next is the Golgi apparatus, or the Golgi bodies, which looks like a stack of pancakes. The Golgi apparatus changes, sorts, and packages the proteins as they leave the ER, so they are ready to leave the cell. Then, the vacuole. It is a structure found in animal, plant, bacteria, protists, and fungi cells. It is one of the largest organelles found in cell, and it's shaped like a large sac, surrounded by a thin membrane and filled with fluid and any molecules they take in. The vacuole is in charge to store water in plant cells. And then, the lysosome. These are very small. It is a spears made up of lipid bilayer that encloses fluids that contains a variety of hydrolytic enzymes. Lysosomes is in charge of breaking down the unwanted material, because there are cell parts that wear out and die, and these pieces of garbage needed to be disposed of somehow. Next is the deoxyribonucleic acid, or the DNA. DNA is made up of two linked strands that winds around each other to resemble a twisted ladder, a shape known as double helix. Each strand has a backbone made of alternating sugar and phosphate groups. Attached to each sugar is one of four bases, the adenine, cytosine, guanine, and the thymine. The DNA contains the instructions needed for an organism to develop, survive, and reproduce. And lastly, the cytosol. It contains an organized framework of fibrous molecules that constitute the cytoskeleton, which gives a cell its shape, enables organelles to move within the cell, and provide a mechanism by which the cell itself can move. And that's it! Those are the different cells and their functions. Thank you for accompanying us on this adventure. We hope that you learned a lot. See you on our next trip. Aja!